This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Home to the Devil's Cauldron Volcano. Welcome to Treasure Island, located in the South Pacific Ocean. Ahoy! I'm Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague. We call him the Dark Pirate. He's from New Zealand, Frank Nobilo. Ready to call all the action out here today on this hard-to-find, mysterious course. Good luck finding this in your hometown. Some are here, Frank, just for the lure of the buried treasure. But I can't wait to see what this course brings to the table. What can you tell us about Devil's Cauldron Volcano?
Rich, the first thing that you notice are the different flag sticks out there. The skull and crossbones are there for all to see. And you're right about the treasure. It's there to be found. And you don't always have to take the direct route. But get off the ship, find some dry land, keep away from the water, and you'll be more than rewarded. But also be very, very wary. The bounty's not for everyone. So grab your 6-iron and don't walk the plank.
Headed for the bunker, I think. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
This is a 23-foot putt.
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Not the best start. 2 over par. Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you.
It's a very stout par 3, well protected in the front by those 2 bunkers. Might be a little bit of treasure in there. Our commentary box to the right. Leave that alone, please. Small enough green, but it certainly provides a good target for a par 3 that's in the mid-200 yards.
Speaking of targets, I mean, there's plenty of cannon fire out there. You could take one across the bow right here. You could walk away with big number and some big hits. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Might be. Could be. Has the putt. And now at -1. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. 2 over for the day. Frank, now on to the third. It's a par 5, and this is a diabolical, even a dangerous hole.
They call it Captain Hook, even though the hole does bend to the right. You've got to hug the coastline down the left. But there is a secret passage.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough.
Second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
Yeah, it's well, just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
Now my yardage book says 145 yards to the hole. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good 72-hole score in the book, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know, you can have a flash of brilliance, make 5 or 6 birdies. It can be offset by doubles and quadruple bogeys. And in the end, it's the end. What did you do? The plus and the minuses. And that's why all our biggest championships have, and of recent, been stroke play.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
These putts keep the round together. So, 2 over early. Well, here at the 4th, the tee shot, Frank, requires a player to be extremely accurate. I mean, they do not give you a wide space to land that golf ball.
Plus, that fairway is anything other than straight. It's more serpent-like. So you've got to know exactly how far you hit your drive at it so you can decide which part of that fairway to land it on. Wonderful backdrop in the distance, though. There's Devil's Cauldron, the volcano in the distance.
That is some sight.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, uphill shot, what did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Oh no, look out, Frank, I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options, and you don't have to hit the ball first.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Getting set now over the putt. Drops the putt to go to 2 under. Well, Frank, as we zero in on this hole, you can see plainly that it requires a, well, should we say...
a good head.
A heady approach.
That's right. Skull on the right will remind you of that enormous feature there on the right side. And that's one of the things about the short par 4 is there's so many little architectural features you'll follow along the way. Skinny fairway, just bends a little to the left like a cutlass. And then once you get up on the green, it's the Jolly Roger is the shape of the green, skull and crossbones.
That's right.
And plus the bunkers, they don't look like normal bunkers, Rich.
I mean, what happened here, Frank?
Well, they say there's treasure on this island, and those, well, they were man-made. They were digging for anything other than sand.
They'll be happy with that in the fairway, and now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Frank, this one needs to sit down.
Oh, it's got no chance, Rich. This is still going up.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now. Not a problem there, Rich.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Nudge this one home. Finish it up. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, I just love the features of Treasure Island. Most golf courses, you're hitting around trees and bunkers, but here you have that sort of strange formation right in the middle.
Yeah, it's like a big needle-nosed rock there, but the view that you get on the tee because of the severe elevation makes this hole that much shorter. And the goal, needless to say, keep it left to that. And, well, that second shot should be rather welcoming.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. In red figures at 1 under par. Frank, to get home in 2 on this par 5, the 7th, you'd need more than a great shot on your second. You'd need like a cannon shot, wouldn't you?
You'd need a cannon off the tee and a cannon for your second. Also, playing down the left side, you're going to make that 600-plus yards play that much longer. Really, the goal here is still make sure you get on the fairway because this is a difficult fairway to hit because it steeps down over several different levels. Plus, it's hardly flat. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball is sitting down slightly in that second cut of rough and still 180 yards to go. That was a little over-ambitious. It's a 180-yard shot, his second. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Down, little Sheba, down! Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course, so now just trying to avoid 6.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In for par, and we'll sit tight at 4 under. You're out of sorts, aren't you? You don't quite know what to make of that.
Yeah, well, X marks the spot. And I know on a treasure map, that means gold, silver, countless jewels. In a game of golf, I'm not so sure. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
That doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. Oh, this is right at it.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Not a gimme, but well within his range. This can be a cruel game at times. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Too bad, misses the putt and an opportunity. So with that, the score is now at even par. Par attempt here. That is a solid par putt. Rounding out the front 9 here with this par 4, and hopefully you can walk off onto the second 9, Frank, and say, I mermaid 4 here.
What a great shot.
Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this is the most unusual finish I have ever seen on any golf course anywhere in the world.
You're absolutely right. I can't remember any golf course where you finish by a volcano. It's too dangerous.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo getting set to play the back nine here at Treasure Island. Frank, looks as though you're not only going to need your clubs, you might need a map.
You certainly will, Rich. We're heading into Buccaneers Bay here, and we'll be teeing off the pirate ship on the 10th hole. A sliver of fairway down the left side in amongst the rocks there. Stay on the green grass. Don't get shipwrecked.
Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
And setting up here in the rough. Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots. The big thing now is to avoid 2 in a row.
So it's been a tough hole. Previous shot went into the water, took the drop. This now, the 6th shot. Now at -2 for the day. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Frank, you and I have done commentary in golf all over the world. Have you ever seen a par 5 anything like this one?
No, I haven't, Rich, and I don't think I ever will again either. Treasure Island is only one of them, that's for sure, and there's only one hole like the 11th there. 5 different fairways to choose from.
5?
5, and it depends on your level of ability and how bold you are. Another little bit of fairway up there, well, if you can't reach this par 5 and 2. But if you're really, really game, you go down the thinnest, longest, right side, and you can and will reach the par 5 and 2.
Playing his 2nd shot here at the par 5. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole. That's as bad a shot as I've seen for a long while.
Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it. Are you for real? It was terrible.
Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Good-looking shot right here.
Whoa, what a bonus.
Boy, those will knock the wind out of your sails. Double bogey. 12th hole, Frank, and just explain to me, where in the world do you go here?
Well, there's a choice of 5, really. At the last 2, I doubt anybody, unless they really power up, can find one of those 2 landing areas. Really the first 3. But those first 3 provide a lengthy second shot into what has to be one of the most difficult par 4s on the second 9. There's something about a well-hit shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea. Rich, I think he's going for a different green. Are we on the wrong hole?
That's not a green in regulation. That's a green in miscalculation.
You'd like that one again.
-3 now for the round. Just a sloppy hole, no other way to say it, and it results in a double bogey. Par 5 13th now at Treasure Island, and Frank, this is a tremendous hole.
Many a person's become shipwrecked here at 13, Rich, because of the multitude of choices here. Firstly, with the tee shot, how far you hit it down there, and then more importantly with the second shot. So many different options there, even perhaps going for the par 5 and 2. Stay calm, stay dry, and you get through 13.
Easy for you to say, stay calm. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, you played the game at the highest level. You know it doesn't always go your way. So what kind of advice do you give the player who's having a rough go of it?
I used to have a little notepad that I remembered, and on it was stop, take a deep breath, make a decision, and now go with it. Just re-rack.
Players would rather play from the green grass versus the white sand.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and take that much more out of that fairway bunker. Couldn't reach the green. It's a smart play.
Well, this is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
Look out, that's headed to the galleries. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Has it, and he's 2 under par. Frank, you could say the back nine starts to heat up right about this point in the round.
You could say there's a lot to love about this one.
This is just at the base of Devil's Cauldron, the volcano, to the right of the player, teeing off here at the 14th.
Yeah, just keep it there as close as you can to the hill or the side of the volcano, and then you just see the green sneak in behind there. Good tee shot and a long tee shot, and then the hole's not too difficult. Hit it short, maybe a little crooked, gonna find some trouble.
Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
And about 1 1/4 left to the hole.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That'll be 90 yards. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
Well, it's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, now the climb begins here at the par 3 15th.
Up we'll go, that's for sure. The rather meager 145 yards is going to play much longer than that because of the steepness of the elevation. So you better club up, club accordingly. But there's a reward there. We're going to get closer and closer to the heat of Treasure Island.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt. Always found this to be hard, Frank. You're seething, you're just fired up, you just knocked one out of bounds, and you have to kind of put it back together.
Yeah, this one better find the fairway.
Third shot now after having gone OB. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
The incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up. Should be safely on deck.
This would give him a bogey. So a drop shot. Just a tap in to finish the hole. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Partner, what do we have here at the par 4 16th?
They call it Devil's Elbow, and I guess that's because it looks like an elbow and it goes to the right. But there's no funny bone. Look, it's been taken away, so there's no laugh if you go left or find that ravine. Difficult par 4, really, because you have to be precise there, and that green cut quite away into the side of that, well, Rich, it's a volcano, and it's starting to heat up.
Good tee shot right in the short grass.
There's out of bounds over there.
He needs to get lucky. And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Clean this up with a tap. And now at 1 under for the round. Well, Frank, it is time to walk the plank here at the 17th hole.
And don't put a foot wrong if you do. There'll be no help from your parrot as you try and veer a little left on this hole that bends that way. Up and up we go, nearly to the top of the volcano.
Watch your step, matey. Little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Oh, shaky? Maybe put both hands on it?
Frank, you've just hit one out of bounds. What's the way to approach this next shot?
Try and get the steam out of your ears for a start.
This will be the third shot after being penalized for going out of bounds. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. We're here in Fife, Scotland, known to many as the home of golf. They've been playing the game here since the 15th century. Today, here at the old course at St. Andrews, this historic linksland will be the battleground for the most decorated golfers of the modern day. Rich Lerner alongside my partner, Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We'll be calling all the action out here today. Frank, when you think of St. Andrews, what sort of memories come to mind?
Rich, I think you've got to think of the Swilcan Bridge first and foremost. And that's a little bridge that crosses the burn as you go down the 18th. Every great player that's ever played this game has walked across that bridge and had a look back. And it's just a golf course that continually grows on you. This is where the game started, and it's a monument forever and a day.
And that Swilcan Bridge has connected the generations, from Jones to Jack, from Jack to Tiger. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. 1 under early in the round. And he's putting for par now. That is a solid par putt. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
Good contact, good result. Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier, it's a little more forgiving, greens are flatter and all that, and therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn brawn out there with the rough thick and bunkers are difficult and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And, sort of 10 under, I always think, is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Let's see what the dominant number one player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good score going, now at 2 under par. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. That's 1 under on the day. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Beautiful looking shot right here. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. About a 25-footer coming up. Chance to get it close here. What makes the old course at St. Andrews so memorable is not just the round of golf, but it's the setting. It's the old town. It's people watching from the windows nearby. All of that makes it really a good experience. Settles in over the putt. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Standing over his birdie putt. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
-1 in the early going. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, a much more difficult hole here at the 4th at the old course.
Yeah, that new championship tee has really made 4 a very hard par 4. Two ways to play it. Down the right, that's a very, very narrow strip of fairway. Most will go to the left side, a little more conservative. But either way, tough second shot. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Flagstick 125 yards away. .28 feet from the cup. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
With authority. Count it as a par and 2 under. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And with that, 1 under par. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The 5th hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up. I'm loving that balance.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game. It's a cruel game.
Getting set now over the putt. That 4 under par. So they'll tap in. Now -2 for the day. Now to the 374-yard par 4/6, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here, because that'll affect the strategy off the tee. But bunkers left and right to be avoided.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
This has been a great performance so far, but Frank, a long ways to go. Do you ever worry about complacency?
Yeah, sometimes it just looks like it's too easy. At the moment, the putts are going in, the iron shots are going close enough. But some things, they don't happen by accident. He's got to still keep concentrating right now.
Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Now a 7-footer. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Has his par. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the old course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Birdie try up next. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Good work right there, now to 6 under.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. -3 now for the round.
Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play. And it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is a beauty, a real beauty. We are about 170 yards from the hole. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the green, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. It's taken it to another level.
Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
Well, hit the green, but certainly not close to the hole.
Yeah, probably barely give him a C for that shot.
Good contact, good result. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Just ideal. Good speed on that putt, and just a tap in remaining. And getting ready for the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He is just so explosive.
It's a big putt right here for birdie.
Now 8 under on the day. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot. Good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That will be a great look at birdie. Setting up for an approach shot here. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Has it. That's birdie. So just a formality. 9 under for the round. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
It's not all bad.
Just a bit left of the hole location.
Should still be okay.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And this one's tracking. What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. So a tester from 4 feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
No complaints there. In the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
That's good work right there. Only about 10 feet. Well done. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Now minus 10 for the round.
Just the tap in to finish the hole.
Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Getting set now over the putt.
Good read, good line, well played.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that crop of bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green with so many undulations, it is anything other than flat.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. See, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. He needs a sort of miracle putt.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Should be safely on deck.
Continuing his fine play, another beautiful approach shot. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. These putts keep the round together. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. 8-foot putt here. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. He'll take par and move on. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16.
Well, this is always one of the toughest moments in any round. You've made a mistake, you hit it OB, you're disappointed, but you have to regroup, you have to focus, and try to get this next one in play.
Third shot now after having gone OB.
That's an absolute beauty. There's out of bounds over there.
He needs to get lucky.
That's fine.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Frank, you won't be happy with triple bogey, but you give him credit for hanging in there, hitting a good shot.
Yeah, it's better than a quad, that's for sure. But still, that's a good shot in and a good one for a little while.
Settles in over the putt. Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on. Just a couple of feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the 17th hole, you can get room service along the way here?
You can. If you flare one right there, you'll also pay a penalty for out of bounds. And so that hamburger better taste good, better be worth it. A little left of that, a little left of the out of bounds, and you're left with a second shot. It's fairly daunting because you have the road hole bunker to avoid and the road behind the green. Hence the name.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot from 160. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully. And you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Impressive once again. That's a par, remaining at 5 under. Frank, here at the 18th, so much history has been made through the years.
Yeah, one of my favourite memories, I remember Jack Nicklaus when he beat Doug Sanders in that playoff. The famous sort of short putt that Doug Sanders missed. But really, the great moment that stands out was Seve making that 15-footer across the hill in 1984 wearing the blue sweater. Not only did he win the Open Championship, but he beat a tremendous field that included Bernard Langer, Tom Watson, Fred Couples, Lanny Wadkins, Faldo, and Greg Norman. It was an amazing Open Championship.
And I loved that fist pump. It was pure Seve. All that fire, all that passion came flying out. And that's where you just sort of fell in love with the game. Good contact, good result. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
And with that, a very strong performance. It's a round of 66. Did the job right there. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times it can be so hard.